What's good, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters, Ryan Towers, Ryan, Noldaru, Shoko, Paid Bill, and Nick Sanchez. Thank you all so much for your support, and if you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to click the link below in the description to find out more. Thanks again. Alright, so, honestly, something I never thought in a million years I would see. I never thought that this would ever enter the realm of video games.
It already did a long time ago, actually.
Really?
Yep, there are 2 Blair Witch video games that I know of already.
I did not know that those existed.
Yeah, they're not very good, but they exist.
Maybe that's why.
Rust and Par and something else is what they're called.
Rust and Par?
Yeah, it's a guy's name. It's like a guy that they're investigating when they are trying to find.
So pretty much like almost like not like a fan game, but more like an interpretation based on someone else.
Let's see if I can remember.
Okay. And I never thought that I'd never thought I'd see Blair Witch be officially taken seriously as a video game, I should say. And did you find them?
In 2000, a trilogy of video games based on the films was released, which greatly expanded on the myths suggested in the first film. Why is that hair doing that? Okay. The graphics, engine, and characters were all derived from the producer's earlier game Nocturne. Each game developed by a different team focused on different aspects of the Blair Witch mythology. Rust and Par, Coffin Rock, and Ellie Kedward, respectively.
Coffin Rock. I remember Coffin Rock.
Yeah, there's 3 volumes of it. One's by Terminal Reality, one's by Human Head Studios, and one's by Ritual Entertainment.
Oh.
The trilogy received mixed reviews from critics, with most criticism being directed towards the very linear gameplay, clumsy controls, and camera angles, and short length. First volume, Rust and Par, received the most praise, ranging from moderate to positive, with critics commending its storyline, graphics, and atmosphere. Some reviewers even claimed that the game was scarier than the movie. The following volumes were less well received, with PC gamers saying the Volume 2's only saving grace was its cheap price and calling Volume 3 amazingly mediocre.
Well,
at E3 2019, a new Blair Witch game was revealed for PC and Xbox One. The game is a first-person survival horror game, and it is both developed and published by Bloober Team.
by which one?
Bloober Team.
Bloober.
Bloober Team SA is a Polish video game developer based in Krakow.
Krakow, Poland.
Founded in November of 2008 by Peter Babiano and Peter Bieltowicz. Bieltowicz. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce these names right.
Bieltowicz, probably.
Yeah, something like that. The company is best known for developing Layers of Fear.
Oh,
Observer and Layers of Fear 2.
Okay. Well, I will say this. Layers of Fear 2 is actually, a lot of people say, is a massively superior game to the first one. And Blair Witch is actually something that has had its ups and downs throughout the years, mostly downs. Mm-hmm. But I will say this, the more recent Blair Witch movie that came out actually introduced some pretty interesting concepts, and it had a really interesting thing where the Blair Witch couldn't affect you as long as you didn't look at it. It could imitate and do all these things, but if you didn't look at it, it couldn't hurt you. It couldn't officially, touch you.
My buddy who touted the original Blair Witch he loved and was one of the best movies, and he tried to get me to watch it twice. The first time, I think I fell asleep, and I was like, it's just kind of boring, man. And, the second time I watched it, and I was like, it's okay at best. And then he went and saw the new one, and he was excited about it and stuff. And then he was like, dude, it was complete crap. I hated it.
Well, the guy who directed it, Adam Wingard, is a good director. I've seen his stuff, and he's actually a really good director. And I really want to see him do more stuff. But Blair Witch was... there were parts of it that were just mishandled. For instance, the pacing. The pacing was way off on it. And there were parts of it that were a little too cliche. But that's expected in modern day horror films now. But overall, man, I still thought it was a decent film. I still actually like it almost as good. Actually, no, I will say it. I like it better than the original one. I saw the original one, and I can respect what they did. I mean, these kids went out in the woods with $30,000 worth of camera equipment and everything, and made and made a horror film that grossed over $200 million. That is something that no one will ever be able to take away from them. Ever. But overall, for me, the film was a bit boring. It was a bit dated. The shaky cam, while intense in certain scenes, it was off-putting in a lot of ways.
It gets old after a while.
Yeah.
And it makes it so people like our buddy Andrew can't even watch the movie because they get motion sickness. So.
Yeah. That's one thing a lot of people... They actually had to put that on the warning. I remember that at the Norton Cinema, they had the little thing on the outside of it. It's like, watching this movie, if you experience motion sickness, then this film may be a little too much for you. Which they also had that on Cloverfield as well, which I'll say Cloverfield was a lot more stable than Blair Witch. Because they didn't have a stable cam rig. They didn't have a steady cam rig on their stuff in Blair Witch. And in the new Blair Witch, they did, but they made it look like it was like GoPros and stuff like that, which is good. I like when they do that. Excuse me, when they do that kind of stuff. And I also liked okay. You notice a lot of us aren't talking about Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows, and there's a reason for that. Outside of having Jeffrey Donovan in it, a.k.a. Mr. Burn Notice himself, there's not many redeeming qualities to that film. I'm just going to be honest. It's not a good film. And, overall, the Blair Witch franchise has had more downs than ups, but I still think that there's a lot of lore there that can be explored. And I hope that this game actually does some interesting stuff, because for what it looks like, they're actually going with sort of an Outlast feel, especially with the camera thing that I saw in the teaser.
What they showed at E3
trailer
looked really cool. So.
Yeah, and what we have here is we have the gameplay trailer. This is the official gameplay reveal trailer, and we have it here. Let's get it queued up, and let's see what happens. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Somebody in the comments asked us to watch this, by the way.
Hey.
Yes.
It's, I didn't think you'd call.
Yeah, well, how's the search going?
This is no longer just a missing person case, Jess.
It's a good popo.
You don't sound like yourself. You okay?
No, it's nothing.
Bullet, seek.
Just talk to me, please.
You heard the legend, right? About the witch?
Alice, you sure you're doing fine?
Jess, I swear, there's something really messed up going on in these woods.
Calm down. What did you see?
It's hard to explain. Memories? Bad memories. What the hell? Jess, you there? I think I'm starting to lose it. Jess?
If you hear her voice, do not run towards it.
Jess!
Damn.
August 30th. Damn, that's this month.
Yeah, next month. Yeah. Probably this
or
month.
by the time they see
this month, by
it
the
will
time
be
this
month.
video comes out. So.
Yeah, if anything, I'll probably release this soon. But damn.
I definitely kind of want to play this for Spookstober.
Yeah, I want to as well. I want to see this played during Spookstober. Of course, I'd like to do Layers of Fear 2 for Spookstober as well, because there's been a lot of really good horror games come out here recently, man. And this isn't really the peak season for horror games, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. But, Jesus. This looks like a mix between Outlast and Layers of Fear, which I like. I like a lot. And if they're going with the lore from some of the films, and if they adapt it right, dude, this could be amazing. This could be friggin' awesome. I hope it is. I really do. I hope it exceeds the hype that is around it, because I think a lot of people are writing this off because I guess they see the Blair Witch as sort of like a a dead like a dead idea or a dead film property. Sort of like how people see Paranormal Activity as a dead film property. It wasn't the lack of ideas, it was the oversaturation of the friggin' market and the and just the overall like stupid way they took the series after the third one.
Yeah, honestly though, like Paranormal Activity is one of those things that like if they were like we're making a Paranormal Activity game, I'd be like, well, that's gonna be ass. But like the Blair Witch is one of those things that I feel like has a lot of untapped potential.
Yeah.
That
I think so
they
too.
can actually make a really cool video game out of if they just do it the right way, and it looks like they might be on the right track with it.
I hope so.
So I hope it's good.
I hope so too, man, because if this game does well and people like it, I mean, damn. And another thing I'm expecting is maybe there's different endings. Like if you find different stuff or find enough stuff, you can make it out of the woods. Or maybe the endings will all be the same. No matter what happens, you never make it out. Because that's apparently the lore of it. Once you go so far into the woods, it's sort of like the a lot of people's thoughts of the Aokigahara forest, the suicide forest in Japan. Once you go past this certain marked barrier, your part of you never leaves. That's what they say. They say a part of your soul resides there for the rest of your life. And with the Blair Witch forest, with the dark woods of the Blair Witch, once you go past a certain vicinity in there, you never make it out. You're never coming back. And a lot of people say that that's part of the lore, that if there is ever someone who can escape, how? That's something that they still haven't explored, like someone who's actually made it back. Someone who's actually made it back and are sort of like forced to go back in, because not only are they being held responsible for the people who are missing, they're being put under investigation for murder as well. And they have to go in to prove themselves.
That makes me think of a cool idea, but I actually want to keep it to myself just in case I ever get the chance to make a horror thing.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it after this.
All right. Sounds good to me. But this was the Blair Witch official gameplay trailer. This looks good. This is coming out August 30th, about a month from now. And if you all are interested, man, I mean, hey, let us know in the comments down below. Let us know if you think the Blair Witch, if there's more to the Blair Witch franchise, or, if you think the Blair Witch is petered out. I mean, let us know. I mean, we're more than open. We're more than willing to talk about this stuff.
If you want to see somebody play this, and you don't want to play it yourself, then keep an eye out on our streams during October.
Yeah.
There's a link to the Discord in the description, and the announcements channel says every time we go live with the stream. So
yeah.
It's more consistent than the YouTube notifications.
So stay tuned. And I guess until next time, everybody, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
We will see you all in the next one. Peace out.